Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Sunday, June 27, 2021. Time is 7:32 p.m. Jersey time. Okay, we got an update on a Paterson, New Jersey thug, cop, hero, who beat the crap out of somebody, lied on a report, and fortunately another cop's body cam caught what happened. So this is reported June 24th on NorthJersey.com. It reads as follows. Body camera video shows alleged assault that led to Paterson cops' arrest. There it is, right there. So there's video of that. And I will get the video for you. City officials released a police body cam video Wednesday evening that shows a Paterson cop hit a man in the face in what appears to be an unprovoked attack and later kneed him in the face while the man was handcuffed and sitting down. Well, this is what dummy cops, stupid thug cops do because they don't have, see, this is the way I look at it. The dumber the person is, the quicker they are to resort to violence to solve a problem. Big guys have learned over the past, in their youth, that because of their size and their strength and ferocity of them, that they are able to solve problems through intimidation and violence. They don't need to have people skills. They don't need negotiation skills. They just flex and use their muscles. And this is what happened with this Blue Zero Hero turd out of Paterson, New Jersey. Spencer Finch, that's his name. He's a big fathead. I just look at that guy's picture and right away I know that's the kind of jerk I had to deal with in high school. You see him coming down the hallway, you run and hide because you know he's just a problem. And these thugs like this, they never take on anybody bigger than them. They always take on somebody smaller because, in my opinion, they're pussies. They beat up on weaker people and they think that makes them tough. That doesn't make them tough. Authorities said the recording captures May 26 events that resulted in veteran Paterson police officer Spencer Finch being arrested on June 11th and charged with 4 crimes including official misconduct, assault, and trying to cover up his alleged wrongdoings by filing a false police report. You wonder how many other arrests he did the same crap. This just didn't start that day. This is a go-to thing for him. The Passaic County Prosecutor's Office cited the body camera video as evidence and filed 3 charges filing the charges against Finch, a 44-year-old Malra resident who has been a member of the Paterson Police Department since 2003. The first 2 minutes of the video recorded by an officer whose name has not been made public show the man who later was attacked talking on his cell phone and appearing upset in what seems to be a domestic dispute. The officer whose body camera is filming stands back from the man without intervening. See, now, this is where the cop with the body cam did not intervene to stop what's going on, possibly because he's afraid of this guy. This cop is a big cop. He's a big guy. He's a big fathead. So he's probably a little concerned that he may become a victim too. So in my opinion, he probably did the right thing by just standing and let his body cam catch it. And then when he gets back to headquarters, you help bury this thug. If that's the case, I'd like to know that officer's name. If that is what he did, then he's being a good cop and he should get recognized and maybe give him an award. But 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the video, a cop who officials say is Finch can be seen moving past the officer whose camera is recording and strike the man in the head. A chaotic scuffle ensued and eventually the man was sitting on the hallway floor with his hands behind his back and his wrists bound by handcuffs. "Look me in the eye," the man said to Finch. As the cop stood over him, the video showed Finch then hit the handcuffed man in the face area with his knee. Finch spent 5 nights in jail. Ah, poor guy. I wonder if he got a date in jail. I'm sure they put him in protective custody. Finch spent 5 nights in jail following his arrest before a judge on June 16th approved his release pending trial. We maintained that the actions of the officer Finch were appropriate under the circumstances, said his lawyer. Well, what is the lawyer supposed to say? The lawyer's supposed to get up there, because the lawyer's an advocate for him. What is he supposed to get up there and say, hey, Finch, you know, he took some liberties. He didn't mean any real harm by it. Excuse me. We are confident that when this matter is fully assessed in court of law, it will be shown to be appropriate under the circumstances that existed at that time. Appropriate? The man's in handcuffs with his hands behind his back, sitting on the ground, and he goes and knees him in the head? What's this? These attorneys sometimes, these lawyers. Mayor Andrei Sayeg released the video along with a statement he sent to the media. The mayor said he was making the video public to increase trust, accountability, and transparency. Well, there's no trust. We don't trust the police. And all you're doing is reaffirming the crap that goes on that I talk about and others talk about all the time. Sayeg indicated that it was the city that alerted the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office to the video, but the mayor did not make it clear how city officials came to be aware of the body camera video showing the apparent assault by Finch. The police department is supposed to conduct spot checks of its officers, body cam footage at least once every 30 days under the state attorney general's guidelines. Sayeg did not say if the city happened upon the video during its spot checks or if the man who was struck by Finch filed a complaint with the Internal Affairs. No, I think what happened is the good cop went back and told the lieutenant, hey, we got a problem here, and I want you to look at this body cam of mine. Now, this cop whose body cam caught all that is now involved in this, you know, he's at risk too. Let's not be mistaken. Paterson is a rough town, and I'm sure the cops up there are probably a little less, they're like small town cops here. That this cop, he might have a problem on his hands too. Maybe somebody's gonna pull him off to the side and say, shut up. As reviewing the body-worn camera footage involving Spencer Finch on the date of the incident, the administration immediately referred the matter to the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office, which then commenced an investigation resulting in charges against Spencer Finch. It was not clear if the mayor alerted the prosecutor's office that he planned to release the video or if Passaic County Prosecutor Camelia Valdez supported the decision. Neither Valdez nor Sayeg could be reached for comment, blah, blah, blah. Finch currently is suspended without pay, and that's the key thing. He's suspended without pay, and that's a good indication that things are not going to go well for him. They're not supporting him, so thus he's not getting paid. But Paterson contract with its police unions required the city to resume paying cops accused of crimes after 30 days and to place them on restricted duty or administrative leave. Well, here's what we do. So you don't get paid for 30 days, and then we got to bring him back. Fine, we're going to bring you back, and you can sit there in the back, in that back room there, Finch, and you can just look out the window all day. That's how you handle that guy. You don't put him in a car, you don't allow him to answer phones, he doesn't do the radio, doesn't work on computer. You just stick him in a back room somewhere without his phone and let him just sit there every day and say, you know what, we got to pay you, but we don't trust you. Just go sit in the back room. Go stand in the corner. That's what you do. You take the desk and you face the desk, the chair towards the wall, the corner, and you say, you can go sit there in the corner. And one of those cases, during the past 13 years, Finch has, and this is something you got to take notes of. During the past 13 years, Finch has been the target of 4 federal lawsuits accusing him of using excessive force against citizens. Now, I didn't pull up the use of force report on this guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's high. And one of those cases, which happened in 2011, video recordings taken by a home security camera showed a group of about a dozen Paterson cops kick and beat 2 handcuffed shooting suspects who were prone on the pavement. Paterson approved a $610,000 settlement in last lawsuit. Now let me just interject this. In some cases, I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying in some cases, some people just need a good tune-up. And you let them go. But this is the problem. They beat the crap out of them and then they arrest them. And they got to go to court and prison, all that girl. You know, if you're going to beat the crap out of a guy, just let him go. And he won't do it again. That's how they did it in old school. You catch a guy, you give him a little tune-up, and you tell him don't do it again. And you let him go. But no. Beat the crap out of him, arrest him. Bodycam surveillance camera catches it. Next you know, $610,000 being paid out. Finch was the third city cop since April charged with using excessive force against members of the public. At the end of April, the FBI arrested two officers, Kevin Patino and Kendry Tino Restituyo, accusing them of assaulting a 19-year-old man last December following bogus reports to cover up their alleged wrongdoings. I believe that's the young man who was standing outside on the sidewalk and these two idiots came up and wailed on him. I did a story about it. Federal criminal charges are also pending against Paterson Police Sergeant Mitchell Cheff, one of 8 city cops arrested by the FBI in 2018-2019. Cheff is the only one of the 8 who has not pleaded guilty. Others admitted various crimes, including committing shakedowns, selling drugs, and beating hospital patients. This Paterson, New Jersey, is a dirty town. It's got a dirty police department. Back in 2009, 2010, 2008, 2009, I worked for a two-way radio company, and Paterson Police was one of our accounts. I didn't have much interaction with them other than a couple times I had to go up to their headquarters and drop off some radios to them. I mean, they were all right when I went in there, the people I dealt with. But most times I just went to the DPW and we were fixing their sirens. I don't know, they had these old junky sirens. And I would go there and pick the sirens up and fix them and bring them back. And then I'd go to the DPW once in a while and do some radio work over there. But my opinion, Paterson, New Jersey is a bad town. You can pay me to live there. You might be able to pay me to go back and do some radio work, but it's a toilet bowl, and the police department has a lot of bad actors in it. And I'm going to say this bad actor stuff starts at the top. It's the chief, it's the boss who sets the tone as to what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. And this crap that this Spencer Fish did, this is not the first time, and I'm sure everybody who works around him knows exactly what he's up to. He's a fathead, big guy who uses his muscle, intimidation to solve problems. And he's gotten away with all these years, and he thought it was okay to do, but now cameras, as usual, and as always, are exposing bad cops. Okay, I have an update to the update on this Officer Fatheads Finch. And this is dated today, so that would be June 30th. And it's on NJ.com. It says, Paterson seeks to fire cop charged with attacking handcuffed man. There he is. Remember Fathead? There he is. Officer Fathead. Fathead Finch. I just look at this guy, 2 seconds of looking at him. I know this guy is a fathead. I know he's a thug. I don't know if I have special skills. Maybe you people look at him and get the same conclusion yourself. All right, let's read this real quick. Let's see what it says. Paterson officials are seeking to fire Officer Fathead Spencer Finch, who was charged last month of beating a handcuffed man and lying about it in a police report. Somehow I think there's a good cop involved. I think the other cop there whose body cam was working he's not going down for this guy, and he's going to sing like a canary, which is good. The city's corporation, Ayman Abushi, announced during a Wednesday afternoon press conference that the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office has granted the city permission to move forward with the administrative process to terminate Finch. The officer was served today with documents that are seeking his termination, and we will continue to do so, to do everything we can to hold this officer accountable for his actions, restore trust between the police department and the community, and continue on building that trust, Abushi said. Well, that's a good start. We can start firing these cops and sending them to jail, and these politicians, bureaucrats, put their money where their mouth is at, instead of charging these stupid cops and then giving them a little sweetheart deal and they ride off into the sunset. All right, let's go. The move comes days after a video of the incident was made public. Paterson Mayor Andre Saye called the video painful to watch, deplorable, and intolerable. While briefly speaking at the press conference, Finch attorney Anthony J. Alakula gets ready. Let's hear what he has to say. I'm sure it's all a misunderstanding, right? The lawyer said the actions taken by the city Tuesday were a total and complete violation of the contractual rights and constitutional safeguards that exist to protect employees of Paterson, have been in place since before this mayor held office. Listen, F you and your contracts. You got a video right there where this cop bitch slapped that guy and went off on him, and he was in handcuffs. The right thing to do is to fire his ass and charge him. But these lawyers, they have no, don't even get me going on about the lawyers. His actions violated not only the contract the city has with its police department. You know, these towns, they got to wake up. They got to stop it kowtowing to these PBA, police union stuff. These towns got to say, this is the way it is. You don't like it, don't work here. We'll find somebody else. His action, what are these cops going to do? They're going to leave? They're all going to quit their six-figure-a-year jobs? Leave. Leave. We'll hire class 2s and run them out there and let them do it. We'll tell any officer that wants to stay on and doesn't want to stay with the union, we'll pay you more money. How's that? You don't join the union, you come work for us, we'll pay you more money. How's that? That's the way to do it. Just say non-union officers are going to get paid more than union officers. We'll see how that works out. The actions violate not only the contract I said as a police department, but it defies the constitutional principles of due process and presumption of I don't need any of that. I can just look at the video. A 5-year-old could look at that video and come to a reasonable conclusion. This should serve as no surprise coming from a mayor who released a video to the public which may prove to be a critical piece of evidence during the pendency of the criminal investigation to that very event. The implications of such conduct remain to be adjudicated when this matter is addressed in court of law. Alakula said he will ensure that the contract is adhered to and due process afforded to Finch. I wonder if the union, I don't know if the union's involved in this or not. We think we are on solid legal footing to take the action. Well, of course you are, because you're getting paid. You're not going to tell your client, it's a waste of my time and your time. No, he's going to put all kinds of bullshit in the cop's head. The cop's going to say, oh, I got to fire you. What else do I got to do? I can't just give up. We think that we are on solid legal footing to take the action we are taking today. Abushi said, oh, that's the guy from the town, during the press conference. I firmly believe we will be victorious at the end of this process. Finch, 44 Omawa, is currently suspended without pay following the alleged May 26 incident, was recently ordered to be released from jail while he awaited trial. He faces aggravated assault and official misconduct charges, and an affidavit of probable cause detailed in the incident, and say that he did not activate his body-worn camera. However, the ordeal was captured by another officer's body-worn camera. The video shows a man agitated, pacing and screaming into his cell phone, but he maintains the assistance from the officers. Yeah, this guy, he never did anything. He was just going back and forth yelling because he couldn't get his kids. He wasn't being aggressive at the cops. It said Finch allegedly struck the suspect with an overhead open palm bitch strike to the face. Authorities said when the man fell to the floor, Finch struck him several times with his flashlight, the affidavit states. When the man's hands were handcuffed behind his back, he was sitting in the hallway against a wall. He told Finch to look me in the eye, authorities said. That's when he told Finch to look me in my eye, authorities said. That's when Finch knees him in the face or chest, the affidavit states. The man was taken to a nearby medical facility where he was treated for a cut to his chin and soreness. to a shoulder. They say the flashlight Finch hit the suspect is not authorized, but nothing this cop did is authorized. This cop is a thug. He's exactly what I'm talking about. He's a big guy who solves problems with violence. He does not have people skills. He learned growing up that he doesn't need people skills. He just needs muscle size and intimidation to get problems solved and to get his way. Finch was also charged with tampering with public documents. I mean, he lied on a report, and possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose, authorities have said. Oh, I guess that's the flashlight. And okay, so there's more to this story here. I'll put that link in the description also, and you can read the whole thing. But this is good. They're moving very aggressively against this bad cop, and this is what we need more of. We need more town leaders to step up and speak out and say, this is bullshit, and we're not going to tolerate this anymore. And if you're a bad cop and a bad hero and you want to get up there and do this kind of crap, this is what's going to happen to you. That's what we need. And once again, I'll remind you wussy good cops out there, it's up to you to start putting an end to this crap. And then I don't have to call you wussies anymore. But for right now, you good cops, you just stand idly by, you say, and you do nothing or very little of that. I'm still waiting for the videos to come out from the good cops saying, hey, this is not us, we don't condone this. And I'm waiting to hear the video or see the video where a good cop stand up and say, if you're a bad cop and you do something in our presence, we are going to turn you in. Waiting for that video. I think I'll shit in my pants and if I see a video come out like that where good cops publicly say, give a message to bad cops, we're not going to tolerate you anymore. That won't happen. That will never happen. Yeah. All right, people. Till next time.
Hey, fuck out of here, bro. I just want my fucking kids. We have no paperwork, we have nothing. They live at 42 Webster Ave.
The kids will be there. Like,
I have all the formula, I have all the water, I have everything they need. I can have my kids. She works tomorrow, I already called that at work. I don't work tomorrow, I can have my fucking kids.
Alright, let's talk to her real quick. We're gonna talk to her.
Bro, like, this is the third time she took my fucking kids from me, man. Why do you think I'm here like this?
I know.
What the fuck? I've done everything for this stupid bitch. Fuck you, bitch! You can't even take care of your own fucking kids! Why the fuck you think the bitch came and lived with me?
She lives with you, but you kicked her out Friday and today.
When did I kick her out, you stupid bitch?
Don't curse.
Suck my fucking dick, nigga!
Come on.
Old ass bitch, you disrespectful, got no respect for your bitch ass!
Man, come on,
That's why your last nigga dragged your bitch ass across the floor!
Come on, bro. Come on, just relax.
Fuck out of here! Bro, yo, I swear to fucking God, my nigga, give me my kids! Yo. Liana, you ain't coming back from this, bitch, I promise you. Not again. You wanna do this? Say less, bitch.
Let him talk, please.
I got a New Jersey truck jack. Can you run for me, please? And owner information.
Bitch, bro. Take my fucking kids? My fucking, you trapped me with another fucking kid, then you got never take them from me? Say less. Best believe I swear to God. He was the best decision I ever fucking made. Swear to God.
And I told he said, tell my kids tonight that I love them and all of that.
Bro, I thought you were coming home! You're supposed to be home at 9 o'clock!
Come on.
Dog, are you a father? Are you a father?
No, but listen.
You're not a father, you don't understand, my nigga. Third time, this is the third time my kids have been taken from me.
Yelling is gonna help. Yelling is gonna help.
Get the fuck out of here. Put your fucking hands on me, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
That's it, we gave you a fucking chance, bro.
I gave him a chance to put his hands on me. I gave him a chance to put his hands on me.
We told you to chill out so we can solve the problems. That's it.
You didn't record him, hit me.
Stop, please stop, please stop, please. Please stop.
That's some bitch ass shit, my nigga.
Stop resisting, Brandon.
I'm not resisting, yo.
Just relax, please.
That's some bitch ass shit, yo.
Brandon, please relax.
Yo, you saw him punch me in my shit.
Turn around.
Relax.
You saw him punch me in my shit, dog.
You need to relax.
I know, but I need to get you up. Listen.
Relax, please.
Look me in my eye, little nigga.
No, please stop.